prayer for tonight? Hi, Katie.
Yes po, ma'am.
Ano, mag-pray tayo? Do you mind?
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes po. Sige po. Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for allowing us to gather here today. We all thank you for the presence of the speaker and all those who are participating in this review to make sure that this review is taking place. May we ask you for your blessing and guidance so that this review for this activity for this review to be successful. We ask you to open our eyes to see the wonderful things from this activity. We ask you to open our ears so that we may retain the invaluable knowledge. Open our minds for us to think wisely. Put us with understanding, cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities. Open our hearts so that we may receive your everlasting love, and open our spirit so that we may know that you are with us all throughout this review. We ask all this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Katie. So where are we now? Okay, saan na yun? Allocation. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. For Katie also to read.
Yes po.
Thank you.
PD 957, Subdivision and Condominium Buyers Protective Decree, the design parameters, land allocation. Allocation of area for parks and playgrounds shall be mandatory for projects 1 hectare or above and shall be strategically placed within subdivision project. Should not be less than 100 square meters.
What are the key requirements, Katie?
So for one is the land area, and that should be 1 hectare or more. And it shall be strategically placed or uh, zoned as subdivision or residential.
Okay. And then the last bullet there,
And it should not be less than 100 square meters.
so when you say Katie must be strategically located, so what do we mean by that? Do you have some concepts around this?
For one, the zoning use maybe should be in residential.
Correct?
Yes.
Correct. Continue. If near residential clusters, so ideally, that's a very good answer. And then what else?
Mm. Uh, what it shall pass through the screening for DSUD.
That's the legal or regulatory, but when it's strategically located, so you focus on the location. If
Mhm.
it's near residential clusters, what else? What will you use when you want to access other areas like shopping,
Mm,
schools? So what do you need?
roads,
Yeah, it should be accessible.
transportation
It should be accessible from
accessible from
mm,
commercial. Ay,
internal circulation roads.
oh yes, yes.
Okay. So those are, these are specific standards to make sure that they become, they're functional and dedicated recreational spaces because these are parks and playground. And so
Mm,
when we talk about area for parks and playgrounds, so you should treat it to how do you access other areas, right? So we talk about internal circulation roads. There are no statutory amendments to this specific provision. However, this would updates through planning and design manuals. There's the this would design standards and guidelines, and you know issuances from former HLURB that may increase standard expectations, especially in terms of accessibility and usability of parks. For example, it should not be not it should be not hidden in corners or too close to fences or drainage lines. So what do you think, Katie, why it should not be too close to fences, those parks?
Mm, to be to be inclusive for the subdivision.
Yeah, that's one. Why? How about safety? Do you think it's safe
Mm,
and it's
yes, ma'am. Can be pala.
safety
So that it is
aspect?
safe from outside, that is not
Yeah,
from the subdivision.
security also, right?
Security. So,
Okay. So why did we mention about integration with road networks and walkways? Yeah, as part of the holistic open space planning. So of course there should be walkways there. Okay,
mm,
thanks, Katie. So we can go to the next slide. Let me see who are around tonight. Again, Mary Joy.
For the design parameters, land allocation of area for parks and playgrounds. For the 20 and below, number of lots per dwelling unit per hectare, it is 3.5% allocation of gross area. For 21 to 25, 4%. For 26 to 35, 5%. And 36 to 50, 6%. And 51 to 65, 7%. And above 65, number of lots per dwelling per hectare is 9% of the gross area.
Okay. So that's a table of density and allocation in percent of gross area. And this table provides the mandatory open space allocation for parks, playgrounds, and proportionate to the number of lots or dwelling units per hectare, so as mentioned. And then this allocation matrix is harmonized with the provisions of PD 1216 and further reflected in the joint application of PD 957 and BP 220. Later we will do BP 220. And because application of PD 957 BP 220 and some LGU permitting practices. So far, this would also we note the following developments, okay, in regulatory practice. Number one is this would design standards and guidelines of 2020 and succeeding updates on parks and playgrounds. So some local housing boards and LGUs adopt higher standards or more detailed subdivision plan reviews, particularly for new growth areas or eco districts. And developers may also be required to improve park usability, provide minimum dimensions, or combine greenways and recreation corridors, even if they comply with the area percentage. And it has to be cross-referenced with the 30% non-sellable area rule for projects greater or equal to 1 hectare. So the allocation with shown on the table contributes toward the 30% non-sellable requirement. Mary Joy, do you for 30% non-sellable requirement, what does it include? What are those non-sellable requirements?
It includes po ma'am for the parks, playgrounds, and recreational areas, community facilities.
How about roads and utilities?
Yes po ma'am.
How about
Roads.
buffer zones? Please don't, please remember the buffer zones also, okay?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, but it contributes toward the 30% non-sellable requirement, but must specifically be earmarked for recreational parks or playgrounds, not just any open space. Okay. Okay, we can go to the next table. Let me see. As a Safeford.
Yes po, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, Safeford.
Design parameters, land allocation, area allocated for community facilities, gross area of 1 hectare minimum, number of saleable lots and or dwelling unit for 10 and below, neighborhood multipurpose center, hindi po siya, yun po.
Okay.
Neighborhood multipurpose center, teka lang, pawala-wala yung ano ko po. Convenience.
Internet?
Opo.
Sige. Hanggang kaya. Sige lang.
Convenience stores and other commercial centers, elementary school, high school, and tricycle terminals. So, sa 10 and below, yung X po ba, ma'am? Hindi required yung parang ganun. Hindi ko kasi makita matalong X.
Sige lang. PD 957 pa lang kasi. So, sige lang. For 10 and below and 11 to 99, so there are no required. It's not, yung second column 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hindi kailangan hanggang 11 to 99. Ganun. Nakakita mo na?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay
Medyo
po.
kanina eh. Parang hindi ko
Sige.
yung X at yung bar. So, 11 to 99 po, ma'am, yung column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hindi required. Tapos yung sa 100 to 499, required po yung neighborhood multipurpose center. Tapos yung the rest, hindi po. Yung 2, 3, 4 na column. Tapos 500 to 999, ganun din po yung neighborhood multipurpose center required. Tapos the rest, hindi po. Same with 1,000 to 1,499. And for
ano yung
1,000,
mostly, ano yung which area or which requirement has the most, is mostly required for the,
yung neighborhood multipurpose center po, ma'am, halos lahat required po siya except for the
for those.
10 to 99.
Bakit kaya? So they value.
For me po, ma'am, siguro po kasi for gagamitin kasi siya usually for drinks or parang maging recreational area po, ma'am.
For
parang
social, ano, no?
Yeah, social gathering po. Opo.
And then pinaka-list, baka kasi ganun magtanong eh, no? So pinaka-list, high school?
High school po, pero meron kasing hindi. Pero high school po yung pinaka-list na nire-require.
Dapat kompleto pala kapag 2.5 ano and over.
Opo.
Oo.
Opo, 2002,
Oo.
2004 kompleto po siya.
Oo. I remember, 'di ba meron tayong economic housing at saka socialized housing. Mostly yan mga nasa ganyan kalalaki siguro kasi may mga foundation at saka tumutulong. So, kailangan pala kompleto yung elementary, no? Oo. Mostly, kaya dapat ang i-memorize natin yung 2, 5 and over. At saka kung saan mag start na neighborhood multipurpose center ay when it starts to be required, no? So, dito sa 100 to 40, 499. So, please be strategic in, remembering or all this one. Kasi, usually, dito sila nagko-concentrate din sa housing, sa mga ganito, yung mga community facilities. So, those with mark become mandatory. Okay. What else? So, okay, thanks, Feared. I'll call another one for the next slide, Jen. Si Monica.
Good evening po, ma'am.
Evening.
Design parameters, hierarchy of roads. For project size range in hectares, 2.5 and below hectares. Open market. So you have major, minor, motor, court, alley. And for medium cost, we have major, minor, motor, court, and alley. For project size that is above 2.5 to 5 hectares, for open market, major, collector, minor, motor court, and alley. I'm sorry, hindi ko po alam yung sabihin ng dupo.
The same?
Ay, the same. Okay po. Sorry,
parang,
ma'am.
parang may meaning yan, ano? Bakit kaya, sino nakakaalam ng meaning ng do?
Ayan, ma'am, dito.
Dito.
Opo, foreign language dito.
Dito. Means same as above. Parang ganun, no?
Okay po. Noted, ma'am.
Okay.
For project size range above 5 to 10 hectares, for open market, we have major, collector, minor, motor court, and alley. Same po with medium cost. For project size range above 10 to 15 hectares, same lang po for open market and medium cost. Na major, collector, minor, motor court, alley, ma'am. I don't know, ma'am, kung tama po. And for project size range above 15 to 30 hectares and above 30 hectares, same lang din po, open market and medium cost, major, collector, minor, motor court, and alley po.
Okay. Do you know what open market is? Open market? Who knows about open market? Yung mga broker dito, real estate practitioners. It means commercial, di ba? Commercial or market rate housing. So, as opposed to, government subsidized or socialized housing. So, they're typically bought by middle to high income earners through private financing or mortgage loans and not government programs. So, also under 957, of course, open market means target buyers are middle to high income households, as I mentioned earlier, and then Lot size 120 square meters for single detached. Later, I think we are heading to that, and there's also the minimum floor area 42 square meters, and of course higher design parameters as to road width, planting strips, sidewalk amenities, then socialized housing. No government subsidy also. Kasi baka, ganun, no? They will, how to characterize an open market. And then, no government subsidy means that prices are determined by the developer based on market forces. Because for socialized housing, there's subsidy. But economic and socialized housing covered under BP 220, they're intended for low-income groups, often with price ceilings and government subsidies. Okay. Let me see. Jen, okay. Adolfo, do you want to read the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Design parameters, hierarchy of roads. One major road, a straight or road linking to the site, and serves as the main traffic artery within the project site and shall traverse the longer access road of the property. Next is a collector road, meaning a street or a road that services pedestrian and or vehicular traffic from minor roads leading to major roads. The next is a minor road. This means a road which main function is to provide direct access to lots and other activity centers.
Okay. Hang on. Nawala yung aking slide. So yeah, I was looking into kanina, si Monica, yung binasa niya kanina ay area allocated for, ano na yung binasa kanina ni Monica, yung sa sa open market. Okay, hierarchy of roads, right? Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan. Above 30. So, yeah, I forgot. I need to ask something kanina. That for example, in large developments, like above 10 hectares, project proponents are now encouraged to align road hierarchy with the functional road classification under the LGU zoning map. So, or to make sure there's integration with citywide infrastructure. So that's one thing that it means that the integrated planning requirement, it should this should be integrated with either the CLUP or the CDP or the zoning. Okay. So again, Monica, what is a collector road? Do you remember? Someone defined it last night. What's a collector road?
Ma'am, it is a type of road that serves as a transition between the local roads and the major roads, ma'am.
Okay. Isn't it that we already have fiber optics, right? For telecom for our communication lines, right?
Yes po.
Do you think so how are they situated? I mean, do you have idea? Fiber optics?
Ma'am, are they buried underground po?
Yeah. So, they're established through, so they're installed and then, but not, there are standards also, that, there's single mode and then multi-mode, and then I think, there's a special, there are necessary permits also needed from local governments. So I think for, as you mentioned earlier, it's underground installation primarily because, sino nakakaalam dito ng ano, I'm not also familiar, but there, you need to do, you need to dig trenches, di ba? And then they lay conduit or cable, then refilling and restoring the surface, of course. But if it's a new town or a new area, so it should be easier rather than, um it's an old one and then they install fiber optic cables. So I'm not sure if there's a aerial installation, but it's normally it's underground ba? Sinong taga-telecom dito? Um,
Ma'am, dito sa aming probinsya, ma'am, yung mga fiber optics is hindi po underground, ma'am.
ano yung
Yung sa mga poste lang po.
poste? So na-attach siya sa pole, sa pole or towers, katabi ng mga kuryente, ganon? Or it's separate? Is it
Separate po.
separate? Because it's, this is a special network of cables. Siguro katabi niya yung mga PLDT, ganyan. O PLDT naman sila di ba, mostly? Pero of course, hindi lang naman PLDT yata ang optic fiber, sila lang.
Globe din po.
Globe, I see. But not all, but not all areas. Of course, there's criteria. It should be siguro mostly in highly urbanized cities and then component cities. Siguro. Okay. And then I'll go back to the hierarchy of roads. Kanina, si Adolfo pala yan. Sa Adolfo, he read the different types of hierarchy of roads. And then, let's see. Should have a question here. So, Adolfo, do you know the concept of complete streets? It's a technical term eh.
Ma'am, parang na-discuss namin yan sa transportation planning, pero hindi ko na malala.
Oo, ano yung concept ng... Ay, pero...
Kasi sa next slide natin, ma'am, di ba, May additional pa doon. Ang understanding ko dito, yung major road, parang national highway talaga yan, no?
Mm-mm.
Tapos may mga collector road, mga minor road. Parang itong tatlo, parang more on public or government route na siya. Ito. Tapos yung mga kasunod, yung sa mga yung sa mga, sabihin natin, mga barangays, mga subdivisions. Meron ba tayong dagdag na classification pa rin sa roads? Ganun.
Yeah.
So itong tatlo, ano lang to, parang main talaga.
Okay.
Uh,
But do you know, parang nabanggit ko na ito noon na it is complete streets kasi it may be asked because it's from the AICP at the American Institute of Certified Planners. There are questions regarding complete streets, and we should remember when we are taking the board exam that complete streets is a planning and design approach. All right. Please don't be confused on that. It's a planning and design approach aimed at creating safe, accessible, and convenient streets for all users. So, ganun lang yan. Regardless of their, for all users, ganun. So, regardless of age, ability, or mode of transportation. So it includes ano yung coverage ng complete streets as an approach. It includes pedestrians, cycling, motorists, public transit, riders, and persons with disabilities. So it should be, and now my next question is in regard of or in connection with the with complete streets as a planning and design approach, what are the key principles of complete streets? Because I mentioned this includes pedestrians, diba? Cyclists, motorists, so all types. So it should be kasi so what are the characteristics or key principles of complete streets? Adolfo, I will parang mag-MCQ tayo. So you identify which is not a key principle of complete streets. Inclusivity. Okay. B, safety. Okay. C, accessibility and connectivity. D, sustainability. Ano kaya? Sige. So do you think, and then none of the above, none of the above, or sandali lang. Which is not okay, or all of the above. So I'll change the question. So please identify the key principles of complete streets. So it means, because the question is plural, so it means it's more than one. So baka kasi yung succeeding choices A and B, ganun, no? A and B. So kung babaguhin ko, parang hindi ko yata nagawa ng tama yung question. But kapag sasabihin A and B or A, B, and C, parang ganun. So one of the strategies is to look into the, how the questions were asked. So kapag singular, it could be one only, or kapag, because I mentioned, so what are the key principles of complete streets? So, ulitin ko na lang, inclusivity, A, B, safety, C, accessibility and connectivity, D, A and B. Okay, sige. Or
All of the above.
E, all of the above. Correct na yung question ko.
Ma'am, all of the above yun, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Inclusivity.
okay, or positive, no? Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
yung sa
Ah.
inclusivity po, ma'am, kasali din po yan, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, because I mentioned about the diverse users kanina, no? So that should give you an idea that, of course, complete streets means that it should be inclusive, because it should accommodate diverse users and modes like walking, cycling, transit, driving, etc. And of course, it should be safe. So these are all positive characteristics that should, even if you don't remember them, it's a given that it needs to be safe, because we need to, for complete streets, you need to prioritize designs that reduce accidents and protect vulnerable road users, especially I mentioned also PWD, persons with disabilities, right? So safety na yan. And then yung accessibility, we ensure ease of mobility for people of all abilities and ages. And connectivity, because connectivity means we integrate streets seamlessly into the wider transport network. Someone answered earlier that from minor to, or smaller to the major, means to the wider transport network. Then please don't forget that we also need to promote environmentally friendly modes of transportation, such as cycling, walking. So I also mentioned that sometimes they give long paragraphs, okay? They give long paragraphs that ang gagawin ninyo, you need to cut it, like complete streets as a planning and design approach, slash nyo yon para you break the words, or you break the paragraph into phrases with complete thought. Diba? I-break mo yon kasi they tend to lengthen na in the middle of the paragraph. Parang na yon, hindi na yon kasali. So, but of course, you can do that effectively by breaking the paragraph into phrases. But make sure doon sa pag-phrasing ninyo, it has complete thought. Okay? Baka kasi you will be, ako din it happens to me when I read paragraph, especially if it's a case, ganyan, or application, or we need to analyze, or we need to evaluate, could be very, very long, 2 paragraphs pa nga. And then, I remember during my time, it's a combination of tables, figures, pero isa lang yung tinatanong. And if you keep answering already, or from the first paragraph, hindi mo pa tinatapos, so it would be, you will be wasting your time. Instead na naka-answer na kayo ng 10 questions, you're stuck in that one question. So either you leave it first, or because for a question to be answered correctly, you need to read the questions in full and not in part. And the best way is to organize and to phrase it, okay, para masagutan ninyo. Okay, so we go to the next one. Kasunod yun, Jen. So, can you move to the road right of way na tayo? Row. Sa row. Okay. Sige pa. Nga, no? Wait, ano pala yun, ano? Shall have a right of way. Okay, ibalik mo nga ulit. Hindi. Meron pala doon sa, Adolfo, can you, ano? So, can you read also? Ito po yung
Next
katulad.
slide, next slide.
Doon sa ano? Yan. Okay.
So, hierarchy of roads. Motor courts shall have a right of way of not less than 6 meters in width, with provision for sufficient space for vehicular turnaround in the form of the cul-de-sac, loop, branch, or T, with a maximum length of 60 meters inclusive of terminal. Next is service roads, which means roads with provide for the distribution of traffic among individual lots and activity centers. So next is an alley. An alley is a 2-meter wide walkway which should be used to break a block to serve pedestrians and for emergency purposes. It shall not be used as access to property.
Okay. So can you describe a motor court? Motor courts?
Yes, ma'am. Ito yung sinabi ko kanina na yung parang nasa private na or mga
Sure.
inside na. So motor court parang galing sa yung main road ka, yun na shall we say subdivision. Yun na yung pinaka-entrance niya. So malapad siya, having 6 meters in width, no? So pagdating sa dulo, kung babalik ka, yung dead end doon, yung cul-de-sac o kayo may loop or turn around with a maximum length of 60 meters. So yung service roads, parang ano pa rin to, yung sa loob na, di ba, yung medyo mga malalaking subdivision, meron ding malapad sa pinaka-front. Tapos yung alley, ito yung in-between blocks, di ba, allowed is around, width ba ng block is around 500 ba yun? Tapos i-break mo, parang after 200 or 300 meters ba yun? Ito yung alley na sinasabi.
Yeah. And for the motor courts, do you think why did you think that in the DSUD planning manual which was released in 2021? So I need to find this so that I can put in your collection of materials. It emphasized in that manual, it emphasized integrating shared space design in cul-de-sac areas to enhance usability as community open space or play areas without sacrificing turning radius. So can you define what's a cul-de-sac?
Ma'am, cul-de-sac. Ano siya, yung parang dead end. So cars, road siya, pero pagdating sa dulo, walang tagusan. So, parang hindi
Okay.
naman siya, hindi siya paikot. Iba yung loop. Cul-de-sac, parang dead end lang talaga na kalsada.
So what's the purpose of cul-de-sac? What do we benefit from a cul-de-sac?
Mainly ginagawa siya yung kung gusto mong yung mag-backing ka, atras ka, mag-change direction. So papasok ka doon tapos babalik ka, parang ganun. Or
Yeah,
temporary parking.
Okay, you are describing it. And so, do you think it can enhance safety? Why we need to have cul-de-sac? So what's that safety component or safety characterization of cul-de-sac?
Only ma'am, in terms of safety, kung sabihin natin may emergency, tapos yung kalsada na yun is single lane yung naka-cross doon. may emergency, mag-give ka ng priority, ay mag-give way ka, papasok ka doon. Pero sa ano, kasi yung sa topic namin sa transportation planning, meron din mga critics na yung cul-de-sac palang nagiging danger area kasi blind area.
Nagiging danger area.
Oo, kasi dead
Mm.
end siya eh, posibleng ano. Pero purposely, ang design sa cul-de-sac, yung sinasabi ko, na temporary parking area o kaya yung ano siya, para umatras siya doon, para hindi siya maka-cause ng traffic sa ano, sa pinaka-road doon.
Yeah. How about garbage trucks entering? So large vehicles to enter the cul-de-sac. So it's more efficient if we have cul-de-sac in a subdivision.
In terms of yung ano, yung garbage collection na naman.
Oo, yung mga service vehicles, emergency services, like of course, yung mga fire trucks, garbage trucks, ganun, yung mga large vehicles. Do you think because it's meant to have a circular turnaround, isn't it? So hindi siya yung there is no through traffic. Do you think it's that we can benefit because of that? That there's a circular turnaround?
Pwede din siya, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
Papasok siya doon.
Yeah, okay. Now, in terms of I think so. Galdasak also can increase sense of community because it encourages neighbor interactions. Why do you think so? Kulong sila, so they have no choice but to interact. Ganun ba yan?
Parang common space po.
Okay. So, you need to think like that. Baka kasi pa-characterize din sa inyo yung cul-de-sac. Okay? But what are the potential drawbacks of cul-de-sac? Yung sinabi kanina ni may sinabi ka kanina Si
Kasi ang ano, ma'am, cul-de-sac usually in between houses yan, ma'am, no? So, ang number one dyan is, sabihin natin may mga away-away doon, mga gang war. Parang matrap ka doon. So, isa yan sa security. Number two, yung sinabi mo kanina sa garbage collection. Baka masanay na rin yung mga tao doon nilalagay yung mga garbage nila. So, ano na, ano na siya, magiging unsanitary na. So, depende siguro sa developer kung i-weigh niya
Paano
yung
niya gawin?
benefits.
So, okay. So, cul-de-sacs are common in suburban residential subdivisions and they're designed primarily to enhance privacy na rin, safety in some cases, but there are also drawbacks and also community atmosphere because there's sumagot kanina that it provides for community a good it encourages neighbor interactions. So how about alley, so yung alley, sabi niya dito, a 2-meter wide walkway which shall be used to break a block to serve pedestrians and for emergency purposes. It shall not be used as access to property. And there are there are also DSUD advisories that it says it recommended enhanced lighting, so integration of accessibility ramps and connectivity to greenways or public walkways for safer multifunctional use. Also in the in some advisors of the DSUD, madami silang nilabasin, there's a stronger restriction now against allowing alleys to evolve into main pedestrian routes or informal vehicular paths in practice. And why do you think so, Adolfo? Why do you think there's stronger restriction now against allowing alleys to evolve or, nagiging main pedestrian routes na siya? And in the definition, it's not designed to be a main pedestrian routes.
Yes po, ma'am.
For emergency lang siya, no?
Oo, kasi ano siya, di ba, ang maximum allowed sa isang block ng housing is 400 meters. So, block length exceeding to 50 meters, yan, lagyan mo. Parang ano, in between, almost in between siya. Parang ano lang siya, yun lang, temporary access lang. So, hindi siya talaga pang service sa mga residents.
Yeah, that's correct. So yung service roads, or roads which provide for the distribution of traffic among individual lots and activity centers. So also the SUD urban design guidelines suggested that service roads should also serve as green connectors, but it's not included here now because it's a new one. There was this 2023 urban design guidelines. So it should also incorporate tree buffers, ganon, and safer intersections. Regarding that shared utility corridors, like for water, drainage, and power lines, now often integrated within service roads, okay, in medium to large scale subdivisions. So doon siya naka-integrate. Okay, thank you, Adolfo. That's a good interaction tonight. And then we go to the next one. Let's see. Mark is there. Hi, Mark. Mark, pakiano na lang basa.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay.
Design parameters for road right of way. Project size in hectares, and ang sa kabila is right of way row in meters. So for 2.5 and below hectares for the open market, the major road should be 10 meters and there's no collector road. For the minor road, it's 8 meters. And for the medium cost, the major road is still the same. 10 meters collector, none. Minor is 8 meters. And for the above 2.5 up to 5 hectares for the open market, the major road is nag-increase na siya to 12. Then the collector is 10, minor 8. And for the medium cost, the major road is 10 and the minor is 8. For above 5 to 10 hectares, same ang major 12 meters, collector road is 10 meters, minor is 8 meters, and for the medium cost, it's same pa rin, 12 meters sa major road, 10 meters sa collector road, and 8 meters sa minor road. And for the above 10 to 15 hectares, same pa rin ang sa open market. And sa medium cost is same pa din. And sa above 15 to 30 hectares project for the open market, ang major road naging 15 meters na, and the collector road naging 12 meters, and ang minor road naging 10 meters na. For the medium cost, the major road is 12 meters, collector is 10 meters, minor is 8 meters. And for the above 30 hectares project size, for the open market, the major road is 15, and the collector is 12, minor is 10, and for the medium cost, 15 meters ang major, collector road is 12 meters, and minor road is 10. For the motor court, for the open market, right of way is 6 meters and carriageway is 5 meters. Sa medium cost, the right of way is 6 meters, carriageway is 5, and para sa alley, open market and medium cost, same lang rin, 2 meters. Note, a 6-meter service road, both ends connecting to a minor road shall be allowed for blocks not exceeding 60 meters.
Okay, thanks, Mark. For row optimization and via complete streets approach, can you tell me again what's complete streets approach, Mark?
Wait, sa nawala ako. Nawala yung slides ko.
Sige lang.
Ah,
I'll give you time.
ito. Ano po yung question, ma'am?
Yeah, again, can you repeat for the sake of everyone? Can you define complete streets?
Complete streets po, ma'am, is yung meron, kumpleto na lahat na meron po siyang pang bike, for motor, for bicycles, para sa pedestrian. Meron na siyang yung mga utilities. Yung lahat, ma'am, sa mga, for tracking, mga ganun, ma'am.
Okay. So it is a planning and design approach, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Earlier I gave you the key principles of complete streets. So let me see. So in the DSUD circular, I think from 2021 or 2023, it encouraged that the weeds of the row integrate bike lanes, planting strips, rain gardens, and walkable sidewalks, especially in projects over 10 hectares. So, saan doon? Dito sa above 10, and then up to above 30. Also, collector and major roads are now ideally designed with multimodal features, even if minimum row standards remain unchanged. So this would also emphasizes that rows must reflect inclusive design, including PWD accessible sidewalks, even if not yet required under the original PD 957 table. So alleys, those still 2 meters, are often reinforced to function better in urban design through enhanced lighting and drainage integration. So for service roads, 6 meters allowed for blocks, lesser or equal to 60 meters has been retained also in the DSUD circular. And then, however, urban design guides encourage reducing overuse of minor roads in favor of more interconnected grid planning. So, madali bang tandaan yan? So, what do you think will be your strategy to at least make yourself familiar with the table?
Medyo mahirap siya kasi pabago-bago yung width ng mga roads. For example, major roads, naging 10, 12.
Tingnan mo nga yung sa major, 10, 12, 12. Tapos magta-transition siya titignan mo na lang yung frequency siguro, no? So
Mm-mm.
if it's 12, so if increases, mag-i-increase din yung collector. Parang
Mm.
ganun. Titingnan mo na lang yun, ano? So, please please strategize your, memory, paano kayo makapag-memorize. At hindi naman yung talagang i-memorize at yan na lang yung titignan ninyo, but make sure na, kasi feeling ko, tatanungin yung pinakamaliit and then, ano yung range niya, yung above 5 to 10, so, it's organized naman sa above 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 30, parang ganon, above 30. So I think yung transition is quite organized. So, okay. Next is si James. For the next slide.
For the setback requirements along main public roads, 3 meters in depth, and 5 meters in length at both sides of the subdivision entrance to accommodate loading and unloading of passengers.
Okay. So you can see the drawing, right? You can see the drawing
Yes,
there.
Yes, po.
Meter depth, 3-meter depth, and 5-meter length setback on both sides. So you can see the 5-meter there of the subdivision entrance. It's mandatory and to provide safe and adequate space for loading and unloading of passengers, as it said there. And then,
Ma'am, I have a question.
yeah.
How about if the entrance at the subdivision has 2 gates? I mean, hindi lang isa yung
Entrance nila.
isa yung entrance niya, pero at the same site, dala yung gate. For example po, nasa gitna yung guardhouse, parang ganun. Would still be the same setback requirement
Location.
in the said parameter? Po.
It says setback requirement along main public road. Along main public road. Unless the other gate also is, pag sinabing main public road, then they need to follow this one.
The national highway, are we referring to a national highway po?
Pag sinabing main public road, what are this?
If I'm not mistaken, ma'am, it's a national highway or a provincial road.
So okay, main public road, there are types, right? Highways. So you mentioned that highways and national roads. Then main public road din yung arterial, because arterial roads are primary roads providing major links within urban areas. Main public road din if these are collector roads because they collect traffic from local streets and directing it towards arterial roads. So urban thoroughfares also, because they're significant streets within cities that carry higher traffic volumes to accommodate multiple transport modes. So what I'm trying to say is, if that's the provision, that it's along main public roads, then that's the minimum. Could be more, but you can't do less. And of course, it refers to a main public road, again, in general, refers to a main roadway or thoroughfare intended primarily for public use. So, pag sinabing for public use, then that's a characteristic. Then providing connectivity. So even if it's not on the it's not a national road, as long as it connects from one type of road I mentioned earlier about arterial roads, primary roads providing major links within urban areas. So, another characteristic is connectivity, and then accessibility, that it's open to all users and not exclusive. So open to all users, including private vehicles, pedestrians, cyclists. So yung kanina, like inclusive. So, I would answer, of course, you need to follow the minimum requirement. So that's the setback requirement along main public road. Okay?
Thank you po.
Okay.
Now I understand why the gate, I mean,
In?
yung gate ng aming subdivision, ganyan. Sige, thank you po.
Ganon. Malaki ba? Dapat lang ganon na kahit may guard post or something. Pag i-measure mo siya. Kasi otherwise, di ba, kapag meron kang yung nasa permitting stage ka na, you need to show that you met all these design parameters, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise,
Thank you po.
it will not be approved. So, saan na tayo? Si Kuan kanina, si James pa din. Okay. So, I'm just looking for ano yung pwede kong itanong sa'yo. So, while PD 957 remains unchanged on this particular parameter, planning offices and and some LGUs have started encouraging or integrating broader urban mobility design features. So what are these? Like, it should be covered loading bays or passenger shelters. Do you know what that means? And also integration with jeepney or bus stop lanes aligned with complete streets approach. So, lagi kong sinasabi yung complete streets approach, and you will appreciate that when we reach yung mga urban design standards. Then also ano pa ba? Yon. But these it remains minimum. So we can go to the next one. Andyan pa naman si Kwan. Honorable. There's someone there. Lahat yata sila. So, Ma'am Cora is former, I think, commissioner of, she's, ano ba yung role niya noon sa MMDA? So, and then si Honorable Roque Magno is also UP professor and a geodetic engineer and a real estate practitioner. So if you look at that, they will give more questions on housing also, housing related laws, standards, and ganon, laws and standards. So, and the role of the different agencies like DSUD, ganon, PPWH. So, what else? Planting strip. Nasa planting strip na ba tayo? Jen? Okay, planting strips. May chill. Chill. Cheryl?
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Okay.
Design parameters, planting strips.
Mm-mm.
For the road width, which is in meters. For open market, planting strip, sidewalk, medium cost, planting strip and sidewalk. For 15 meters, planting strip nasa 1.3 meter. Yung sidewalk po is nasa 1.2. Pero pag medium cost siya, nasa 1.3 meter ang planting strip, ang sidewalk is nasa 1.2 meter. Kung ang road width naman po is nasa 12 meters, pababa po yung planting strip, nasa 0.8 meter na lang, whereas ang sidewalk, the same pa din, 1.2 meter. Pag medium cost naman po, ang planting strip is nasa 0.8 din po, and ang sidewalk is nasa 1.2. Kung ang width ng road is nasa 10 meters po, ang planting strip sa open market is 0.8, whereas ang sa sidewalk is maintain na nasa 1.2, and pag medium cost po, planting strip would be at 0.8 and sidewalk is nasa 1.2 pa din. If ang width ng road is nasa 8 meters, for planting strip ng open market, nasa 0.8 po yung meters siya, while ang sidewalk is nasa 1.2. 0.8 ang medium cost planting strip and sidewalk is 1.2. If ang road width is 8 meters, planting strip is 0.4 meter for open market and 0.6 po for sidewalk open market, and 0.4 for planting strip medium cost and 0.6 for sidewalk medium cost. Whereas kapag 6 meters ang road width, which qualifies daw po as service road, both po open market and medium cost will be optional.
Okay. Do you think you can memorize that? What's the difference between open market and medium cost? I mean, in terms of the standards, di ba parang pareho naman yung dimension niya? Di ba? Yung
Halos
pareho, di ba?
halos parehas po ata, ma'am.
So for open market and medium cost, for 15 meters road width, wala siyang pagkaiba, di ba?
Wala po, ma'am. Dito na po siya nababa ata pagdating sa 8 meters na lang po.
Oo, di ba? So it's quite easy, di ba? So right now, don't waste time. You need to memorize right away. Ngayon na, because tomorrow will be another day. Tomorrow will be another topic. And tomorrow you will have different events or activities or work or tasks. So, kapag nagpapakita tayo ng isang slide dyan, dapat ganun, memoryado nyo na yan. Kumbaga, meron na kayong strategy, like 15, 12, 10, 8, 6. So, di ba? Except for the widest, which is 15, which has a difference when it decreases, di ba? Can you see? 3 and then 2, 2, 2, 2, di ba? Sa 3 lang yung difference niya. Sa taas lang siya nagkakaiban. 12, 10, 8, 6. So 2 meter difference lang as you decrease it. And then sa planting strip and the sidewalk for open market, 0.8 in the middle to 2.8, and then 0.4, 1.3. I'm not sure how you would like to do that. Pero of course, when you become ENP, meron na tayong di ba? We will not memorize anymore. We just need to open just for this one-time board exam. Di ba, James? Just for this one-time board exam. Because you will not do it again in 2026. Gusto nyo ba nagre-review ulit kayo sa 2026? So no matter how hard it is, di ba, Sigford? Kahit
Yes po, ma'am.
kahit anong hirap, do not repeat. It should be easier to think that you need to memorize now it could be painful. It could be, I'm not sure what the feeling, what are you feeling right now, but it's more painful to repeat. Do you get me? Oo, it should be painful to repeat. So, mas maganda na yung mahirapan kayo ngayon kaysa mahirapan to take it again. Basta isipin nyo na lang, you don't have time anymore for next year. You don't have time anymore. Unless meron kayong deficiency, so it should be okay. Parang you're just, relaxing and you want to be familiarized. So, that should be a better. Pero kung wala na kayong problem, edi i-memorize nyo na mas mahirap pag-memorize ng 2 taon. Makakalimutan yan kasi because tomorrow is another day. Even the hours, now it's 11. But in the next tick, 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 11:06, 11:07, 11:08. So it should be draining talaga ang mag-review, Mas draining. But you need to change that by becoming more enthusiastic. Yung kunwari na lang sobrang excited kayo. And if you can convert that, if you can convert that to being authentic excitement, then that should be the best. Then that should be the best condition or mindset. Yung sobrang excited, ganon. Planting strip lang yan, what if it will be, what if yan talaga yung ibibigay nila, di ba? And sa practice anyway, after makapasa kayo, parang makakalimutan nyo na lahat ulit. And then, do not worry, you have all you have all the references and all this stock knowledge kung ma-stock ninyo, di ba? Sa dami, di ba? Now, ngayon, I'll give you time. Okay, sige, 2 minutes nga, try natin. And then, I'll call some of you. Tingnan nga natin kung na-memorize ninyo kaagad. So, there should be like a strategy. Yung sinabi ko kanina, 15, 12, 10, 8, 8, 6. I'm covering my eyes. Hindi nyo nakikita, pero pag ganito, minimemorize ko din, sumasabay ako sa inyo, di ba? But of course, history, memoryado ko talaga yon, natural yon. Kumbaga, kahit sino. Pero, this one standard super, super difficult. 1.3, 1.2, 1.3, 1. So it's 0.8, 1. Pag magkamali kayo, paano yan, di ba? So, yan pa lang, memoryado na ninyo. Sige nga, Jen, sige nga, i-akyat mo muna sa isang type of housing. Sige, can you move to the next slide? Okay. I'll call Mia Ann. Hi, Mia. Let's see. For
Yes, ma'am. I'll try po.
Okay, sige. Parang game lang ito, no? Hindi ko kayo pinapahirapan kasi mas mahirap magdoble. Yun na lang yung motivating factor natin. Di ba, Jerome, Mahirap. I really want all of you to pass. For 8 road width, can you tell me the open market standards for planting strip and sidewalk?
For planting strip, ma'am, is 0.8, and then for the, sorry, ma'am, tama po, for planting strip is 0.8, and then for the sidewalk is 1.2. The same po yan sa 10, 15, 12, wait lang po 15, 0.8 po pala, ma'am. Ay, ma'am, sorry, hindi po yun. Ang tinatanong niyo po
Sige
ba
lang.
is 8?
Oo, 8.
nga
8
po.
road width. 8-meter road width. Siya yung second to the last because
Second to the last, ma'am.
second to
Hindi,
the last.
sorry, ma'am,
Okay.
hindi ko na-memorize.
Parang ko na lang.
Yung
Parang
na-memorize ko,
ganito
ma'am,
siya,
yung
Mia.
first 3.
Oo, parang ganito siya, Mia. Try mo nga yung parang photographic memory, yung parang na-picture mo siya sa eyes mo. not necessarily, of course, connected yan sa brain, pero pag na-picture mo yung table na yan, kaya ba yun na, because it should be easier, to parang i-picture mo siya eh. So makikita mo yung baba niya, 6 pinakamababa, and what optional siya for both open market and medium
Opo, sa
medium
6 ma'am.
cost. So
Sa point,
sunod yung
sa
6.
8.
So ano yung lowest doon? It should be, ibalik mo dyan. Pakita natin kay Mia. Ayan. Yan. O, diba?
Ay, okay ma'am.
Oo.
Sa sidewalk po is 1.2 lang.
Oo.
Ang values lang is 1.2 and 0.6 sa sidewalk. Sa
Oo.
plant strip po is yung meron tayong 1.3, 0.8, 0.8, and
Nakita mo
0.4.
equal to 1 yung
Okay.
planting strip tsaka sidewalk ng baba, no?
Yes ma'am, opo.
Oo, 0.4. Same din lang sa medium cost. So,
15, 12, 10,
basta
8.
1 yung total niya. Siyempre mas,
Opo ma'am.
di ba
Mas
siyempre mas
1.
maliit si planting strip, di ba?
Dapat po. Yes
Ah,
ma'am, opo.
So, yun na strategy. And then dun sa 8, it should be times 2. Did you see that? 0.4 times 2 is 0.8. 0.6
Yes.
times 2 is
Yes po.
1.2. Correct?
Yes ma'am, opo.
Okay. And then, same lang ito sa next. Diba? And then, in 15, dun lang mag-change. Dun lang yung
Na
mag-change
mas mataas po.
ang planting strip niya. Pero, same pa rin yung sidewalk niya at ng both open market and medium. Pero, i-add mo, lagyan mo lang siya ng 0.1 para makuha mo yung planting strip. Diba? Okay ba? So,
Yes ma'am.
increase mo lang
Opo
siya
ma'am.
ng always na, para pag titignan mo, malaki yung planting strip niya, kesa sa sidewalk, no? So, for 15. Sige, tingnan natin ha. Ano mo ulit, i-move mo dyan. Let's try for Mia. Mia, i-recite mo lahat. Sige.
For 15 ma'am, I'll
Mm-mm.
be starting with the planting strips po is 1.3, for the
Mm-mm.
sidewalk is 1.2, for the 12 is 0.8, then 0.8 and then 1.2.
Correct.
Same with the same lang po yung 12 and 10
Okay. And
na
then,
0.8 and 1.2. And then for the 8 meter po, ang planting strips po is 0.6.
oops.
Nawala.
Sabi ko, di ba?
Point,
Times 2 siya. So, i-divide
times
mo
2,
by
apa.
2. Oo.
Divide, apa. 0.4 and 0.6, ma'am.
Correct. Di ba?
Yes, okay. 0.4 and 0.6, ma'am. And then for the 6 meter po, optional po.
Optional. Okay.
And then same values po si open market and then si medium cost.
Okay, so I'll call the last one kasi I'm not teaching this one. I'm teaching you a strategy. Okay? Let's call Kent. Sige. Si Kent, tingnan natin kung kaya mo yung ginawa ni Mia. Okay, Kent. Game. Saan si Kent?
Yes po, yes po.
Okay, game.
Sige po. So, sa 15, if sa open market, same lang pala open market tsaka medium cost. 15 is 1.3 sa planting, and then sa ang tawag ng sidewalk is 1.2. And sa 12 at 10, same lang sa planting is 0.8, and then 1.2 sa 1.2 ba? 1.2 lang din pala sa sidewalk, tapos sa Sa 8 is 0.4 and 0.6, ma'am.
And
Tapos sa
then,
6 is optional.
oh, di ba? So nakita
Yes.
mo na. So ganun yung gagawin niyo. Hindi kayo memorize ng memorize. You need to have a strategy per slide or per topic, per subject, even environmental laws, you need to have a strategy. Okay ba? Ang dali, oh, di ba? Nadalian kayo. So, I hope you can apply that starting tonight. Dapat yung divided by 2 times 2, ganyan. Or applyan ninyo ng common sense, ba? Everyone has common sense anyway. So, can we go to the next slide? I'll just finish this one. Row house. Yun na yun. Yung kanina dyan. So, let's see si Kent, basahin mo nga yung minimum lot area. This is important.
Sige po, wait, ma'am.
Everyone pay attention kasi that's the reason why I asked you to read, because you need to read with the reader. And habang binabasa niya, don't just read. You need to memorize na. Kasi tomorrow is another topic. Matatabunan lahat yan. Okay? Sayang pa yung oras nyo. Game. Game, Ken.
Sige po. Add minimum lot area. Types of housing. Single detached sa open market is 120 square meters. And sa medium cost is 100 square meters. Tapos duplex / single attached is 96 sa open market, 80 naman sa medium cost. Sa row house is 60, sa medium cost is 50.
Okay. Ano yung strategy na pwede mong introduce sa mga co-reviewees mo here? Sige nga, spot it.
Sa single detached, ma'am, saka sa row house is you divide it by 2.
Okay.
Both sa open market saka sa medium cost. So dito ka na lang sa duplex single
Oo.
attached.
Yun na lang yung mo, di ba? Kasi wala ka na makitang pattern sa needle eh.
Opo.
Single
I-memorize
detached
lang
and-
yung sa middle.
So, can you describe what's single detached?
Single isang ano lang po. Isang unit lang po, isang unit.
Okay. And then, how about row house?
Parang yun ba yung parang townhouse, ma'am? Parang ganun.
Yeah,
Yes po.
it's the same.
It's attached to each other.
And it's also even duplex is attached to each other.
Ewan nga pala. Row house.
Ah,
Not sure po, ma'am.
So, okay. The single detached dwelling is often simply called a detached house, or it refers to residential building that stands alone, unattached to any other structure on its own land, usually surrounded by open space or yard area on all sides. So, independent siya, okay? And then, for row house, you are correct when you asked me, is it the townhouse? Yes, it's also known as a townhouse, terrace house, or attached dwelling. So it's a type of residential housing where individual units share common sidewalks, create, except for yung sa dulo niya, if it's 5, then yung sa dulo niya ay hindi na yun, So, maganda yung if you are at the extreme, portions.
Parang shared walls po ata yung
Oo.
row.
Okay. So, creating continuous row or block of attached homes, right? So, how about what's single attached? Baka magkamali kayo dyan. What's single attached? How does it duplex single attached? A single attached house refers to a residential unit that shares one common wall with another house. So, leaving the other side detached and open. So, unlike row house, it has multiple attached units in a continuous row. Single attached units typically exist in pairs. So, kaya duplex siya. And that's why duplex slash single attached. Ganyan yung ano niya,
Gets po.
description. Yung terminology ba? Kasi so that it will not create confusion. So one shared wall, separate lot, private space, individual entrances. So, okay, 129. Okay, Jen, i-move mo nga. So let's ask, since nakuha niya kanina yung strategy, sige, ano mo pa? 196. Okay. Sige nga ulit, Ken. Yeah. Can you refresh us with the standards? Or
Sige po.
minimum lot area. Okay.
Sa single detached po is yung 120 by 120. Tapos sa duplex sa single attached is 96 ata yun.
Oo,
Tapos
correct.
yung sa single sa row house po is divide nyo yung divide mo yung
Correct. Sige lang. That's a good
tapos
strategy.
magiging siya 60.
Okay. And then you go to the medium
Tapos sa
cost.
medium is 100.
And
Ang
then
single
50.
detached 80 50 tapos 80 yung sa middle.
So, okay din yun na 100 tapos 50 and then pwede mo rin i-ano yung gitna. Diba? So, you don't need to do that in order. Okay? So, okay, good. So, may I call on Jerome? Hi, Jerome. Hi, Jerome. Si Kwan kaya? Nakatulog na si Joel. Hi, Joel. Hi, Joel.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Pwede nyo, pabasa and then pa-memorize na din kasi it's easy naman, ha? Okay.
Okay, for single detached, for ano yun, for medium cost is 100. Yung duplex, single attached, it's 80. And then for row house, row house, it's 50. And then yung for ano yung isa ano?
Just relax.
For open market yun, ma'am, di ba?
Wala. Hindi, frontage lang ito ng wala tayong yun pala dyan sa single detached, ganun lang. Yung housing lang at saka lot.
Babasahin ko to, ma'am. Akala ko, ma'am.
Hindi, itong minimal frontage. I'm expecting you to read muna itong minimum frontage. And then tell me later kung ano yung maipropose mo na to your class, to your co-reviewist game.
Okay. Design parameters for minimum frontage. type of housing, lot. And then yung second column is yung frontage in meters. Number 1, single detached. A, corner lot, 12. B, regular lot, 10. C, regular lot, 6. For interior lot, it's 3. Number 2, duplex, single attached, 8. And then number 3, for row house, it's 4.
Okay, tell us, paano mo i-strategize yung pag-memorize mo dyan? Sige. There are only 3 types of housing there, but for single detached,
Yes.
can you define what's single detached?
Yung single detached, ma'am, is separate siya, isolate siya,
Okay.
bahay siya.
All right. So, yung ABCD niya ay it starts with corner lot.
Oo, corner,
Regular,
regular, and then,
regular, interior.
yes, ma'am.
So, paano mo yon CRII? Or i-picture mo na lang yung itsura niya. Corner lot, regular, irregular, interior. Di ba?
Parang ganun na lang, ma'am.
And then the frontage is the biggest or the longest is
Ang ano, ma'am, yung corner lot, ma'am.
corner.
Yung regular lot naman, yung second.
12, 10.
Yung irregular, 6. Yung pinakamaliit niya, ma'am, is yung interior.
Okay.
Regular, irregular, interior.
Okay, 12, 10. 12, 10, 6, 3, 8, 4. There's no pattern. May pattern ba? -6, 12, 10, and then the next one is duplex, which has 8, no?
Yung ano,
And then
ma'am,
balik ka doon, 6.
yung ano, ma'am, yung single detached, -4. Yun, parang 8 para sa duplex. And then -4 again para sa row house.
Sige. I-advance ni Jen. Sige, advance mo siya, Jen. Let's see how Joel. Joel, i-recite mo nga kanina yung binasa mo. Oy, nagawa ni yan nagawa ni Mian at saka si Kwan
Yes.
Si Ken. Game.
Okay. For single detached, first is for corner lot. The frontage is 12. The regular lot is 8. And
Wait
then
lang.
for
Regular lot pa lang tayo. Ano yung regular lot mo?
10 yata.
10. Game. And then, after regular?
Regular lot is 6.
Okay. Then?
And for interior lot, 3.
And then?
And then your number 2 is for duplex and single attached. 12 minus 4 is 8. And then for row house, 8 minus 4 is 4.
Okay, very good, Joel. So that ends our tonight. Okay. Thank you everyone. So it's just a strategy. I just do this once in a blue moon anyway. So that we can start thinking about our own strategies. Hindi tayo para-pareho. Some people are younger and maybe you have a better way of doing it. Diba? So, Jen, you can unshare and we can Kasi 16 na lang naiwan. 16 na lang tayo dito. So probably si Jerome, he slept already.
Wala ko,
Hi,
next
Mark.
pa kami.
Buti na lang si Mark as he's still awake eh. Di ba? Sobrang seryoso ni Mark eh, no? Lahat sila.
Okay,
Thank you. So,
open na
tingnan
lang
mo,
po ng
Joel,
camera.
ano?
Please open your camera.
Safeford. Memorize na natin Safeford yan eh. Very good. Lahat talagang gagaling ah. So, si James, tingnan mo, kumakain na.
It will, Sir James.
The vibe.
Okay, ready po. In
One.
3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you everyone. Good night.
Natawa na si Mia. Sabi niya, top notcher na to eh. Di ba, Mia?